And this is why
Okay.
Jesus, when he said, when Jesus come back, you see now Jesus speaking about love, right?
Yeah.
But Jesus in the second coming, there's no love no more. Why? Because it's time to collect. It's time to collect. Everybody have to pay for his crimes. It's time for justice. So I let you go, I let you live, own slaves, rape, kill, whatever you want to do. You want to be good, you want to be bad, it's up to you. But when Jesus come, he come with the glory of his, in the cloud, with the glory, his glory and his angels. And then Jesus, he will say, bring them and slay them. You know that, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So what happened here? Are you going to say to me now, Jesus, what happened to him? Like maybe he took some vitamin, he became suddenly a warrior of war? You know?
No, I see your point. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
So bring them and slave them. And slay them. Why? Because now it is not the same as Jesus who came to them before. This is the Lord. He's coming with the glory now. Before he came as a humble man. Before he accepted to be in the cross. Before he accepted to be crucified, to be humiliated, to be called names. But now the story is different. Your time is up. You know, we gave you a chance. We gave you a chance. And, you know, that's it. This is judgment day. So the same Jesus who said, love your enemy, now he don't love them, those people who they are sinners. The same Jesus who loved the sinners. He said, I came for the sick, not for the healthy. Right?
Yep.
Jesus gave an example. He says, if you have 100 or 1,000 sheep and one of them is lost, which one, what you do? You go after the one is lost. So Jesus is willing to leave the 1,000 and go after one to save. But Jesus in the second coming, he will not do that. It is going to be the opposite. The lost will be sent to hellfire. They will be slaughtered. They will be punished, severe punishment. And those who they were following him, those slaves who obey Jesus, those slaves who obey their masters, but the master will not go to heaven. You see? So the kingdom of Jesus is for those, this is why Jesus said, bless those who spread peace.
Yeah.
Okay? So the blessing will come to you when? Is it now? No. Here we go, they slave you. You are a slave. You are, you know, Christians. How many Christians the Muslims they slave? How many Jews? How many Christians the Muslims they enslave? You know? So, so based in the Bible, this is why you see when the Muslims they occupy Christian countries in the Middle East, Christian they did not make revolution. Why? Because that will make a bloodshed. Otherwise, everybody can kill. And they were the majority. As an example, 4,000 Muslims, they went to Egypt. And Egypt at that time, according to history, there were 4 millions.
Yeah.
Okay, well, the 4 million Christians, they can eat them alive. Right? The church leaders, they refuse anyone to do any revolution. And actually, if one of the Coptic people try to resist, the church go against him. This is why the Muslims were able to take over and stay. Because the Christianity, the Christians, they are always worried about disobeying God and not to be true Christians. Which one is important for them? Earthly kingdom or heavenly salvation? So in order to understand Christianity, you have to understand what Jesus did and why the Christians, they did not, you know, make revolutions against Muslims. Until now, you go to any Islamic countries, you see Christians are the only one are trusted. They never betray anyone. They never betray a king, a Muslim king. They don't step you on your back. The one who step in the back is Muslims. Who is the one who killed the caliphate? Muslims. Who is the one? Who is the one who killed the grandsons of Muhammad? Muslims. Right?
Yeah, this is true.
At that time, those you know, like the grandsons of Muhammad, they don't have guards and they don't have etc. Well, a Christian who want to seek revenge, he can go and put a dagger in the heart of his daughter. He can.
Okay, so
but they did not.
I think your explanation makes sense about the Bible. So let's just focus on Islam, if that's okay.
All right.
Okay, so the Prophet and Islam. What's your main problems?
First of all, is he a prophet? You just, Yaqub, I respect you. You're a nice person, but
Yeah,
sometimes I cannot hold myself from being rude. It's okay if I be rude with you. Do you allow me?
I
Can
guess
I
so.
use the word stupid? Please, let me use it. This is stupid because how in the world you say to me, what the problem with the prophet? Shouldn't he be a prophet first? I mean,
Okay,
the guy, he
why is
come
he
to
not a
us,
prophet?
and he said the sun set in murky water. Here we go, he made a prophecy. How that make him a prophet? I mean, this problem with this guy, Muhammad, he cannot keep his mouth shut, and the more he talk, the more he made poo-poo. And the Jews, they came to him and they asked him, tell us about Zulqarnain. The guy, he took the trap. And they made him believe that Zulqarnain is a prophet. That's why he started talking about him as if he's sent by God. But Zulqarnain, Alexander the Great, is a bisexual. This guy is sick. He sleep with men, and men sleep with him, and he sleep with women too. So how in the world this person became a prophet of Allah, and he sent him, and Allah gave him victory, and then he keep going until he found where the sun set. Well, where the sun set, Yaqub? Can you tell me?
Where the sun sets?
Yeah, where the sun set? Here we go. It says here, حتى إذا بلغ مغرب الشمس, until he arrived to the place where the sun set. Where is that?
Give me 1 second. Let me just look at Ibn Kathir. And 1 second.
Ibn Kathir, remember, Ibn Kathir came 800 years after Muhammad, and he was trying to refute the Christian. At that time, Ibn Kathir is like YouTube today, Ibn Kathir, he found that the Christians in Syria are making fun of Muhammad like shish kebab. So he tried to fix it, This is not the answer. If you want to get really an answer, get an answer from somebody who was close to the time of Muhammad, or Muhammad himself. You don't get an answer today from somebody, his name is Mimi Hijab. You get an answer from somebody, was in the time of Muhammad. He understand, this is why we read what Peter say, not what a bishop say today, correct? Who care what bishop? I can be a bishop. Now I can say whatever I want, but people will not listen to me. Because who is the one who more close to understand is the one who was there, right?
Yep.
So when your prophet, he said, until he reached the sitting place of the sun, who was talking?
This is Allah talking.
Exactly. So Allah is supposed to, he became a news agent, and now he is going to tell us about Zulqarnain. This is why it says in verse number 83, and they ask you about Zulqarnain. Who is the one who asked him? And the Jews, as usual, they make fun of him, and they get him into a trap. Say, I shall recite to you something of his story. Okay, wonderful. Verily we established for him in earth. Suddenly Zulqarnain was victorious by Allah will. Why? Any Muslim can tell me why? Why Allah established for him victory? Because he's a Muslim. And then we gave him the means of everything. Who is the one who gave him? Allah. Who is the one who gave him the men to sleep with? Allah. Who gave him the men who sleep with him? Allah. Who gave him the soldiers? Allah. So everything is coming from Allah. And then he followed away. Okay. Until when he reached the sitting place of the sun. Look, where is that? The sun set everywhere. What do you mean until he reached the sitting place of the sun? Because simply, Muhammad the Fool, there's a story written by a guy, his name is, he have your name actually, his name is Yaqub. He's from Syria. He wrote a fiction story about Zulqarnain.
You mean, is it the Jewish one?
No. This is a Syrian Christian from Syria. But this is a fiction story. It's like now you make a story, you put George Bush there, but the story is not real. It's a movie,
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this guy, he wrote a story about Zulqarnain, and in the story he built a dam. Muhammad, in the moment when they asked him, they could not answer. Then he found out about this story, and now he is copying that story, claiming that Allah is the one who told him. So he reached the sitting place of the sun. He found the sitting in a spring of a black muddy water. Go, Yaqub, help me. You're a prophet. You said to me he's a prophet.
Right. I just had a look at a hadith about Ibn Abbas asking about the same place of the sun.
Hmm.
Okay,
So
yeah.
are you still
So
convinced that Muhammad is a prophet? What do you say to me? Why you don't? What the problem with Prophet Muhammad? Shouldn't he be a prophet first?
what's your thoughts on the Quran? Do you think it's plagiarized, or what are you
My
saying?
friend, look at this. And then he found this, the word the sunrise, you know. And not only that, like as an example, if I say to you, you know, you ask me a question. Those
Yeah.
who slept in the cave, how many they are, Christian Prince? I will say to you, okay, because I don't know the answer. Some they say there are 3 and their dog is number 4. Some they say there are 5 and their dog is number 6. Some they say there are 6 and their dog is number 7. Some they say they are 7 and their dog is number 8. Some they say they are 9 and their dog is number 10. Some they come tomorrow. Some they say they are 10 and their dog is number 11. Some they say they are 11 and their dog is number 12. But shouldn't you tell us how many they are? We got it. We got it. Some they say, some they say, some they say. What do you say? The answer is Allah knows best. Like what the heck? And not only that, to make it more bigger poo-poo, he says, few people know the answer. Like what is the answer? Read it, chapter 18, verse number 22.
No, I can see that, but you see here the point of the message is that the number is irrelevant.
No, my friend, no. The
So
question
it's what
is,
we
no, no, no. You see, why the numbers is irrelevant? If you are, but then you are mentioning it. Why you are saying some they say 2 or 3 or 4 and their dogs? And secondly, what kind of Arabic this Arabic is? The Muslim they say the Quran Arabic is perfect. I never heard of somebody saying they are 3 and their dog is the 4th. This is false. In Arabic, you don't say that even in English because dog is not a human. For the dog to be number 4, he have to be the same kind of the previous 3, correct?
It's just like saying, for example, my family and including your dog as part of the family.
No, you can see, but you don't say we are, you know, you don't say and we are 3. Like let's say you and your wife and your son and the dog is number 4. That's not this is language. This is false because the dog is not number 4, for he is number 1 between dogs. So if you are counting a human, you count a human. If you are counting apples, you count. You don't say 3 apples and 1 cat.
No, but the point is the moral of this. What the verse here is telling you very clearly is.
What is the moral? Hey, I'm listening. What is the moral?
I will. So it says, your Lord knows best the numbers, none but a few. So debate not about their numbers. That's exactly what we're doing because it's irrelevant, except with clear proof. Okay, and consult not any of them people.
First of all, where it says debate about the debate not.
Sorry.
Where it says
it says there. So debate not about their numbers, except with clear proof.
No, it doesn't say debate. It says ولا تستفتي فيهم منهم أحدا, which means don't ask them. Allah knows. There's no debate. Don't ask them. لا تستفتي. Don't ask them. Allah knows best. Okay, so don't ask them. So what is the answer? Don't ask them. Ask Allah.
The relevance here is that the point of the story is, from my understanding, I'm not here trying to make up excuses, just to be clear. So the understanding of the story is that if you trust in God and you're God, what's the word? God conscious, then God will provide for you, just as He did for.
If this is the purpose of this story, then he should not mention the number. He should not say some they say 2, some they say 3, some they say. He's saying there's 7, and actually this is a story, fiction story written by Christians about a bunch of youth. They were discriminated, and then they went to a cave. And actually, the story is very funny. You know, in Islam, it's dog is dirty, correct? So how the dog is with them? What kind of Muslim they are? They have a dog. Why the dog is there?
But do you know that in Islam we believe that certain things were halal in the past, and then God forbid them?
No, dogs is dirty. It doesn't matter if you forbid them or not. Is it like the dogs before Islam they were clean, and after Islam became dirty?
No, they were permissible.
Okay, but listen what happened.
Just like alcohol.
Okay, well, it says here that according to the story here, that the dog he opened his arms Do dogs have arms?
No, they don't.
Okay. So the dog, he stand in the front of the cave and he open his arms to do what exactly?
Yeah. Okay.
No, I will tell you what, to guard them, correct? Okay, but this is an army. I mean, an army following those people, and the dog will stop the army?
No, it will alert them.
Huh?
You know, it will alert them.
But if he alert them, he will alert the army too.
Yes, but it gives them opportunity to run away.
They are inside the cave. They can't run away.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. That makes
But
sense.
what happened, my friend, the Arabic word is not kalbahum, is kali'ahum. Kali'ahum. They're a provider. This is an angel. An angel in the Aramaic story, there's an angel. He opened his arms to blockade the cave. Angel can protect them. Doesn't matter how big the army is. Do we agree?
Yep.
So here it says kali'ahum, not kalbahum. Kali'ahum mean they're a provider, they're a protector, and that is an angel. The one who wrote the story, obviously, is written in Aramaic. He got confused. He thought that this is kalbahum. And actually, even some Islamic interpretation, let me see if I can find some for you, says this is the same. It was kali'ahum, not kalbahum. Here we go. Let us see. If you go to different verse, let me show you here. You know, Muslim, by the way, they are the last one to know their books as usual, but this is nothing new. If you go to this verse, yeah, this is true.
Wait, why would you say that?
Because each time I speak to a Muslim, I say, I never heard this before.
Okay.
Chapter 21, verse number 42. What is the Arabic word here?
Sorry, are you sharing it on YouTube or?
No, this is in the Quran. Chapter 21, verse number 42. Do you know how to read it?
Sorry, are you sharing your screen or not?
Yeah, I'm showing your screen. Yeah.
Okay, I can't see it yet. Give me a second. In the meantime, I'll open up the Quran on my side. So you said it was 21?
Chapter 21, verse number 42.
Okay. Tell them, O Muhammad, who protects you during the night or the day from the most compassionate Lord.
Okay, what is the word? What is the word protect you here? The same word we're talking about. Look at it. This is the Arabic word. So this word became a dog. I mean, what a funny religion. So how Muslims even they understand their book? Where they get the reference from? Simply, the Quran is full of Aramaic words. They have no idea what they mean, and it was confusing. There is no dots, there is no tashkil, there is nothing. So okay, you know what? This is maybe kalbahum, but it's not kalbahum. It's their provider, their protector. Actually, there's a reading of the Quran. You know, the Quran have many reading, correct?
Sorry, say that again.
There is many reading for the Quran, correct?
Yes, that's true.
All right. If you go as an example,
yeah,
do you
sorry,
know tafsir Ibn Hayyan or whatever al-Andalusi or Adwa al-Bayan fi tafsir al-Quran? You know, there's many tafsir. They will tell you that there is a reading. It says وَكَالِئَهُمْ. And let me show you. Here we go. This is Adwa al-Bayan fi tafsir al-Quran. It says here, let us see. The page is very hard to show. Okay, let's show you here. This is Tafsir Ibn Hayyan. It says, وكلبهم باسط ذراعيه بالوسيط وقراءة وكالئهم باسط ذراعيه. So there is different reading for the Quran. Which one? It says كالئهم, not كلبهم. There's a huge difference between their dog and their provider or their protector, which is the angel. So the angel, he opened his arms. That makes sense. He had opened his wings to protect them. He's an angel. And he is standing firm to protect them if in case of the army is coming, not a dog. The dog, actually, they should hide the dog because the dog will bark. And if he barks, the army will hear. You know, they are in a cave. They can watch from the small hole of the cave. They do not need a dog to arm them, you know. But if they have the dog barking, maybe even he will chase the soldiers. Hey, I'm here, you know. So the dog is not useful now. But the truth is that this is Kaliyahum. And this is one of the things too about Muhammad. What kind of God he sent him 7 reading? What do you think about this? You claim that your prophet is a prophet. Did Allah send Musa's? You Muslim, you claim Musa's is a Muslim, right? Okay, did Allah send 7 Torahs to Musa's?
No.
Okay, why? Why he did not send 7 Torahs to Musa's, but he sent 7 Quran to Muhammad?
Yeah, this is a good question. Yeah.
No, your prophet explained. He says, my people are not capable. Is that correct?
No, I know this reference, but I mean, it's a good question because that doesn't make sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but it doesn't make sense. That means you don't agree Muhammad is a prophet.
No, I didn't say that.
Well, you just said it doesn't make sense. Right? And do you know what happened now if we believe that Muhammad, he received Quran in 7 Quran? Think with me. I'm showing you the hadith in front of you. I'm showing you the hadith.
Sorry, let me just read it. The prophet was present at the pool of Beni Qifr. Jibreel came to him and said, oh, sorry. You're changing it.
Yeah, because there's many, you know, I just opened the one have more full story. Some of them, they are very short. Some of them, they give more details.
Yeah, okay, let's stick with the short one then. No problem.
Yeah, go read this one. It's on the screen.
Yeah, you're still moving it? I think there's a delay.
Yeah.
Allah has commanded you to recite to your people the Quran in one dialect. Upon this, he said, I ask from Allah pardon and forgiveness. My people are not capable of doing it. He then came for a second time and said, Allah has commanded you that you should recite the Quran to your people in 2 dialects. Upon this, he again said, I seek pardon and forgiveness from Allah. My people will not be able to do so. He came for the 3rd time and said, Allah has commanded you to recite the Quran in 3 dialects. Can you scroll down a bit, sorry?
So what is the excuse? He want more Quran?
No. The excuse here is that the people
are not capable, correct?
Capable.
Okay.
Yeah.
Capable mean what? What do you think? Quran? Quran is a language, correct?
Quran is a language, yes.
Language. Okay, it's a word. So people are not capable of what? Obviously understanding, correct? Okay. So how the Muslim they say that the Quran is a perfectly made by Allah, and Allah is the best author, and who can make Quran like this Quran? The Quran say, and then we find that I need to write my book, rewrite my book 7 times, in order for Abdul to understand what I'm saying. I have many books. Imagine I need to write my book as an example, Deception of Allah. I wrote it first time, people don't understand. Then I wrote it second time, in different way. Still people don't understand. People say to me, Christian Prince, your book is really horrible. We can't understand what you're saying. So I read it 3rd time, and then still didn't understand. Habibi, Christian Prince, Habibi, your book is, we cannot understand Habibi. So Christian Prince, he write it 4th time. Is it okay 4th time? No, Habibi, we don't understand Habibi. Okay, 5th time? No, we don't understand. 6th time? No. 7th time? So Allah, he had to rewrite his book 7 times. in order to make his words clear. That is the worst author ever in history. Are you there, Yaqub?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here. Mm-hmm.
You see how good your God is? Man, he is so good in writing. He needed to write the Quran 7 times so people, they might understand. And who is the one giving advice? Muhammad. The one who did not know even how to write, how to read. Allah is taking advice from the illiterate about how his book can be good or not. Look like Muhammad, he used to work in, like in those magazines who do make a study of some books, like, they make an article about them, if they are good or not. So Muhammad is saying, Allah, Allah, come on, what are you talking about? You have no idea. You need to write it again. Okay, send me a second one. Allah, he said, oh, okay. Well, Allah, he go to the office, he write it second time. I mean, have you ever heard, is that a bazaar? This is a Middle Eastern bazaar. You go to buy falafel, you say to him, the falafel, how much? He said to you 100. You say, come on, 50. 50 is too much. Yeah. Okay, 45. I mean, this is God. This is a man. He's a prophet. How come Jesus did not receive the Injil 7 times and his people don't understand? That's mean either the Muslims are so stupid and the Christians are so smart, or the whole story is a fabrication. And what kind of God? He cannot write his book to make it clear from the first time.
Okay.
And hold on. If I ask you right now, are you don't the Muslim claim now that the Quran is so clear, and most of them they use the Quran of Hafs?
Yes, we use the Quran of Hafs.
Okay, so Muhammad was a liar here, because if the Muslim they claim that the Quran of Hafs is perfect and we understand it very well, so why Muhammad keep asking for more Quran and my people are not capable? Imagine a person who speaks Arabic is born in the Middle East, not a foreigner. He needs 7 Quran to understand the Quran. A guy, Abdul, from Pakistan, he do not know Arabic. He don't speak Arabic. He never heard of Arabic. And he tell us, brother and sister, Quran is very clear. And you read the Quran, you understand it very well. Because Allah, he opened your chest. Like, what the heck? But the Prophet himself, he said that nobody understands the Quran. Even the Quran say itself that there is a part of the Quran, nobody knows what it means, save Allah. So what the point of rewriting the book 7 times and still we do not understand what he's saying?
Okay, yeah, I see what you're saying. It's a very strong point. Very strong point.
Yeah, but so very strong point. But are you still a strong Muslim?
So okay. Right. The Quran says that ask the Prophet to consult with the Christians and Jews about many things, right?
No, not consult. No, not consult.
To verify. So.
No, my friend. The verse says, "In kunta fi shakkin," correct? Okay, what shak mean?
Doubt.
Exactly. There's a huge difference between consult and doubt, if you have a doubt, go and ask the Christian. So the one who confirmed that this is from God or not is the Christians.
Okay, so let me ask you then this then. So what does Christians think of the Prophet?
They rejected him right away. That's why he decided to kill them. Now, you know the answer. They rejected him. So, and why a prophet, he have a doubt about what was revealed to him? What kind of a prophet? If the prophet himself, he is not sure. Have you ever heard of such a thing? Like, the prophet who bring me a religion, he himself is not sure. And then he is God. He said to him, listen, there's a guy in YouTube. His name is Christian Prince. You call him in Skype and ask him if what revealed to you is from God. This is here you see the stupidity of the author of the Quran. Why? Because if the Christian already rejecting Muhammad, why he is asking Muhammad, and he is actually labeling Muhammad that he is a person who have adopted, and the Muslim, they try to fix it. They say, it doesn't say he have adopted. It doesn't say. It says if he have. No, our friend, Allah, he knew. Allah, he don't speak for no reason. Allah is God, supposedly, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So why he will say to him, if you have a doubt about what we revealed, if the guy he don't have, I mean, if proven to me that this God is not God, because if I am God, the word if is not in my dictionary. What if? If what?
Okay, but look, when he went and spoke to the Christians and the Jews
They
of
laugh at
his
him.
time,
They laugh at him.
and do you have evidence for that?
Sure, the Quran is full of evidence. Thanks to Allah, who wrote the book 7 times. You know.
Oh yeah, okay, I see what you're saying. Mm.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
when a Muslim he says to me, "Do you have evidence?" I find myself really, I cannot stop myself from laughing, because the Quran says the Christians are lost, the Jews are cursed, and then the Quran says, if you want to confirm what revealed to you, go to the Christians. It's like telling somebody, if you lost your way, go to the one whose GPS is broken. I mean, aren't we the one is lost?
Mm.
Aren't we the one we are lost in the chapter of Al-Fatiha? And the Jews are the one who is cursed? So
Yeah.
how in the world you say to Muhammad, go and ask the Christians who they are lost, and the Jews who they are cursed? I mean, what? Go and you should ask them to ask the Hindu. Maybe that better.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. And when the Muslims they come to us and they say the word prophet, I don't know what they are talking about. Who is the prophet we are talking about? As example, you see, if I say to you, I saw a video of a person, Muslim, he says, the Bible written by John. John who? Peter. Peter who? Mark. Mark who? Okay, I want to go by this. We can give you all the reference about those people. But I want to ask you, the Quran is given to us by Muhammad. Muhammad who?
What do you mean Muhammad here?
Who is Muhammad?
Ibn Abdullah.
Where you get the name from?
I got it, to be honest, from
Or what the Quran says to us. There's a guy, his name is
Is that from
Muhammad.
the Quran? I got it from it's from
Exactly.
one of the
Okay, shouldn't this God, see here say the hypocrisy of the Muslims. They say to us, okay, who? Okay, when the Bible speak about Jesus, speak about his born where, who is his mother, who is the grandfather, the father of Mary, the grandfather of Mary, blah 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 blah, all the way,
but you see, you're missing the point here. You see that's the point you're missing. The Bible, the Gospels are written as testimonies, eyewitness account.
Okay, I will go with you. I will go with you. Let us give you an example. You cannot answer. The Quran mentioned someone. His name is Israel. Who is Israel?
But sorry, just one thing. The Quran was revealed in recitations, verses by verses, and in many cases, it was revealed in, let's say, in all cases, it was revealed in situations that the Prophet was in. Okay. So yeah, what was your question about
That
Israel?
will not change anything. Still, who is Muhammad? Shouldn't you tell me? When you don't this God, he knew that this book will be sent to nations around the world, and he need to introduce Muhammad. So Muhammad, he says, the one who wrote the hadith, erase it. Correct? Okay. So if you Muslims, you follow the advice of Muhammad, then we will not know anything about this person. You Muslims, you call him Muhammad ibn Abdullah, because he said you erase it, which means erase all the history of Muhammad. You keep only the Quran. So the Quran says Muhammad, but who is Muhammad? We do not know. Who is his parents? We don't know.
What we know from the Quran is that he is the messenger of God. Okay. That's what we know.
Exactly. But who is the one who said that he is a messenger of God? Muhammad.
If we take it from the Quranic, from the Muslim perspective, it would be Allah said that.
No,
right?
because he did not have any witnesses that Allah spoke to him. Do he?
He does not know.
Okay.